tell us just a little bit about yourself. That's welcome to the number 720-575-0464, or you can fill out a card at the welcome desk in the lobby. We want to be a blessing. Please let us know if there's anything we can do to make your time with us more welcoming. Thank you for joining us today at Calvary Community Baptist Church.
Our message from last week. Starting next week, we have the Church Alive, the life of the church from the book of Acts. And so looking forward to that as well. Hey, just a couple things to remind you of. First of all, Tevye Carr is going on a mission trip. You just saw that. If you'd like to help make that trip possible, all you have to do is write a check, or you can give online. Just put in the memo line, Tevye Carr. We'll make sure that that gets to her. Also, you can give online just from the drop-down menu, pick Tevye Carr from there, and we're going to make sure that that money gets to her. But she's taking a mission trip to Guatemala, and her parents, of course, are missionaries that we support as well, and we want to be a blessing to Tevye if we can be. So if you'd like to give toward that, we're going to be taking it through next week. So if you'd like to help with that, please give by next week if possible. Just a couple of things that are coming up. Our Heart Banquet is coming up February 11th, and I think it's going to be a great night. Now remember, the Heart Banquet is not a sweetheart banquet. We do it at around Valentine's Day, just as kind of a reminder. It's our Heart for the Lord banquet. So you can be single, you can be married, you can be dating. We don't care. We just want you to come. But we also have the sign up for the pie auction today. If you'd like to make a pie and bring that in that night for the pie auction. The plan for our teenagers this summer is to go to camp in Florida. So it's going to be a little bit more expensive of a trip, and we're going to need your help with that. So make sure you come and bid that evening as well, unless your name is Dale Wiles and you bid on my wife or my mom's pies. You need to knock it off. We're not taking call-in bids. I told him that, and he goes, "You want to bet?" So they may be in Washington that week. So he is not a good man. That's all I can say. Just a couple of other quick things. One of the things that we have to remember is we have a missionary that is being sent out of our church going to Togo, West Africa. I am so grateful for Diana and the calling that God has placed on her life. She is about 60-some% into her what she needs to go over. So her percentage of support, so let's say she needed $5,000 a month to live and give and do the things she needs to do over there. She's at about 65% of that. I don't know what the number is. It could be 3,000, it could be 5,000. I don't know what she needs monthly. But she's at 65% of her support. But the other thing that she needs is passage to go over to Togo. Now, she has to go to language school. She's going to need a car. She's going to need a house. Those are things that are not exactly cheap to get on the fly, are they? And so we are going to start taking up money to help with her passage. Now, when she gets closer to the time next year to leave, we are going to push this hard. But we just wanted to remind you, if you're giving toward our missions program, you might want to say, hey, we would like this to go to Diana Duncan's passage. So all you have to do in the memo line is either write, the best way to do it is Diana Duncan or D. Duncan passage. And we are going to be setting that aside for her. Now, we're not going to take away from her monthly support to put it into her passage. She needs money to live on right now as well. So this is going to be above and beyond what we're supporting for her monthly to live on. But she does need help with her passage as well. So if you'd like to start giving toward that monthly, maybe 100, 1,000, 100,000 a month, that would be fine. So what's that? 20,000, whatever you can give is fine. I get a percentage every time I mention Diana Duncan. So through my message today, I'm just going to be saying Diana Duncan because I get a kickback for that. So if you'd like to help with that, please keep that in mind. Start praying about that. And again, when it gets closer to the time, we will mention that and take up a giving campaign a couple months before she leaves as well. Sharon Taggart's dad passed away this last week. Her stepmom is in the hospital. She's in rehab right now. She has a pulmonary issue not related to COVID. She's had it for a long time. She's not doing well. So Sharon has asked us to pray for that as well. We've been praying for Doug and Melba, who used to live up here. They are now down in Florida. Doug was back in the hospital again this week, so we need to remember them in prayer as well. It is good to have Joe Streska here today. He is sitting in the back. Yeah, give him a round of applause. Joe, we're not applauding because you fell off the roof. We're applauding because you're here, and we're glad you made it through it. And he still, as you can tell, has a ways to go to recover. Still has several probably oral surgeries, may need more surgery as well. But we are glad you're here today. I can't stress that enough. You are a blessing, and we love you, and especially your family. It has been difficult. Abby had surgery while Joe was in the hospital, taking care of the 4 girls, all of that. So continue to pray for Joe as well, if you would. Peter Metry is going to be having an exam for a school he wants to get into, and he's asked us to pray about that. I did it. You did it? Yeah. Have we got